Let's take a look at another feature that we can use to construct onto a CAD model here. I've got this CAD model open. I've already imported that in. And let's look at constructing a nominal plane on the datum A feature. I'm going to zoom in a little bit with my scroll wheel here on my mouse. Get it in a little bit closer. And the bottom side of this dish is actually the A surface, the datum A. So what I'd like to do, and I'll rotate around just a little bit here to show you what that looks like from a side view. You kind of see that surface that's going to be underneath there is going to be my datum A surface. I'm going to hit the 7 key just to get it into an isometric view here. But what I'll do is I will take, if I'm going to put my datum A surface, a constructed plane that's a nominal, on the bottom of that, what I would do is go up to the construct plane, and then way at the bottom, the nominal plane. Say I didn't know where that was located in space or what its Z component was in space. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually create that nominal plane onto this CAD model. Okay, I'm going to zoom in with the arrow keys and the I key. What I'm actually going to do is look down here on the left. It says select an entity or escape to cancel. I'm going to select an entity. My cursor is actually just over the trim edge, but on the bottom side of that trim edge. If I click on it, I've got an option here of a body, which looks like the top surface. And here's a body that looks like the bottom surface. So I'll click on it. And then the bottom left-hand corner of the screen is asking for a selection of point number 2 now. So I'm going to, with these pan keys, go over to another area of that bottom plane. And I will click on the wireframe again. I've got a few options here this time. I've got a body there, which looks like the surface I'm looking for. There's the top, and there's the actual trim edge itself. But let's pick this body here. So that would be the bottom one. And then I'll use the arrow keys and go up to another spot here and click on the bottom part of the wireframe. Okay, so there's the body. I will highlight it. Now what I'll do is I'll hit E for everything, the E extents all key. Notice what it's doing here is that I've got a vector that's showing up that's defining that plane, that constructed nominal plane. That vector is pointing up, or it's pointing positive in Z. And then look down at the left-hand corner. It says press the left button. They're talking about the mouse here. Press the left button to toggle the normal vector, and then the right button to accept. So if I look at this vector here, if I hit the left mouse button, my vector will flip. I like that vector go in the same direction as my Z for this application, and then my right mouse will save it. Okay, the results box comes up. And what it says is that here's my nominal, n underscore, plane 001. Okay, so it's a nominal plane. What I always do, 100%, go and change the name. So I'm going to call this datum A plane. And the other thing to notice is the vector, the ijk, the k component of that vector is the z component in the trihedron, and it is pointing straight up. It's got a value of 1. So I like to see that. And the Z component is negative 954 millimeters. I'll pull this out of the way a little bit. It does look like it's physically below my trihedron, and it's appearing that it's 954 millimeters. So that's cool. I'm going to say OK to that. Now I've got this plane that's occupying a good portion of this object. Say if you wanted that bigger, or that didn't look like it covered everything you wanted it to cover, what you could do is go right into Review Features. And I've got the nominal datum A plane highlighted right now. You could go into Edit. And what it's going to say is, okay, here it is down at the bottom. It's saying select an entity or escape to cancel. So it's asking for added points onto this plane. I'm going to scroll in a little bit. and I'll continue clicking on that bottom, which is that body right there. I'll click down here, that body there, and maybe I'll click on this part of the wireframe, which is actually a circle, but it's still on that bottom plane, so I'll click on that body. Okay, my vector is still pointing up. I like that. Right mouse key to save it. Okay, now I'm going to go to the view here. Look at how much bigger that plane actually got. So it's filling up more of the screen, or it's more of the object, because I've edited the nominal plane. Okay, right mouse key to get me back to review features, and I'll say OK. That's what I like to see. Now it's kind of nice if I look from a side view of this object. You can see as I scroll in just a little bit more, and I'll go back to review features a second. In this nominal datum A, I will view it, and just look, it is truly on the bottom of that surface. You see it's highlighted red, and as I scroll over to the right side, it occupies that whole bottom surface. So now you can use this for measurement of a constructed coordinate system to blend it to your CAD model.